Hello guys, I know it's been a little bit since I put that last video out on the corn, and well, I just kind of wanted to leave you in suspense just a little bit. But what we decided, there's a guy down there who lives pretty close. He grinds a lot of, or I shouldn't say grind, he feeds a lot of ensiled stuff all the time. And I got a hold of him and he says, yeah, you bet, I'd love to have that stuff. I said, all right, you just, you go right ahead and have it. And you mow it, you bale it, you haul it off, do whatever you want to do, and this is your price. So he says, sounds good, sounds great. He got to doing her, and it's so dang far down there, and he's got a day job also, so coordinating with him and trying to get some footage of him doing all that, it was just it didn't work out too good. I was down there one day and got a little bit of footage of it, so I'll play that up right here. That's pretty cool stuff. I've never been around any of those McHale balers before, and seeing that one run a little bit, I thought that was pretty neat. Now what they do after that, they've got a bale trailer, they're an inline bale trailer there. They haul them down the road to their place, which is about, I think he said it was 3 miles or 4. And then he's got 2 different options. And what he's doing with these is he's putting them through a tube liner, and that tube liner is just a great big spinner deal, and it's got saran wrap, or basically some kind of polyplastic that he just wraps around those bales as he shoves the bales down through there to makes a big long white tube of bales. Now he also has the individual bale wrapper, and I don't think he's using it on those, but he does have the opportunity to just individually wrap the bales, and it looked like great big marshmallows. Anyway, so he's just gonna let those sit for well, probably about 90 days, be my guess. Just depends on when the bales themselves will be ready for cows to eat them. They've got to go through a fermentation process, and that's kind of where you can't let the gases escape, essentially, and it's got to go through there. And anyway, you can look that up. It's kind of a neat little process of ensiling different types of feeds and grains and so on. All right, so if you guys remember back in July and June when I was cultivating the field right here by my house, you see we got the big machine shed here. So this field is soybeans, and man, these soybeans looked absolutely amazing. They were just beautiful. They were getting up, I don't know, 2 foot tall, and they were weed free. Another organic guy came down and looked at them. He says, man, I can't get my beans to look like that for shit. I said, well, I mean, I kind of knew what they're going to look like, but I said, you just got to take care of them and cultivate them. They were weed free in between the rows, from one row to the other, not much in there. Now I knew, because I'd been out and walked a few of them and seen what was coming, they weren't going to stay weed free. And take a look at this. Wow. Holy cow, there is just, I mean, they just, from about I'd say the second week of August, first week, second week of August, these cockleburs just jumped up above the row and completely looked like Nothing but cockleburs out here. And it's just looked horrendous ever since. Now these soybeans, they're in here. They're doing, I mean, they're not, there's not nothing. That's a good soybean. That's almost waist high, so that's a pretty good soybean. You can see on that plant there's a lot of pods in there. Now, are the pods all full? We've had nothing, no really good rains through September and August. Yeah, so there is a lot of flat pods. There's one right there. There's one kind of half-ass bean in the top. It's probably not going to amount to shit. There's some beans there, but only one. That one jumped out. There's two in that one. There's one up top there, maybe a third, but the bottom one's gone. You know, that's pretty much a no bean. There's a couple and nothing on the bottom. There's no beans in that one at all. So, but you get down towards the bottom, you know, and there's beans down here. We got a 4-pod there that's full, a 3-pod full, 3-pod full, you know, so there's beans out here. Are they going to be a bin buster? No, absolutely not. But there's definitely beans here. There's definitely cockleburs here, and cockleburs are definitely a super problem in this field. Now, if I had the capabilities, I've told some of my neighbors that I'm going to try to save a bunch of these. I don't know, maybe a bucket full or something, and get some quart jars and market them as porcupine eggs, because they kind of look like little porcupines. Now, I don't know, you know, could it work? Maybe. I mean, they're kind of a rarity. I don't know. A lot of people probably don't know what cockleburs are, but that's them. They got kind of a spade-looking leaf on them. And yeah, this entire 15-acre piece is almost solid cockleburs. Just horrendous. The field down that way over the hill, just a little ways, not nearly as bad of a problem on cockleburs, but it does have a lot of button weeds. So it just kind of depends on the field where it's at. I've got some more down south that are almost weed free. They look amazing, and I've only cultivated them once. In this field I've cultivated twice, maybe 3 times. I can't remember. I have to look. Anyway, this field's got a lot more weed control on it, and it looks horrendous. And then the field down the road has got hardly any weed control. One pass. So my plan for these fields, the majority of the fields I've got up here are going to be seeded down to an alfalfa grass hay mix coming up next year, and then leave it next year, obviously, and the following year we'll have hay, a good crop of hay. The first year you plant it, you really don't get much alfalfa. You have to plant a nurse crop with it, and we usually use oats, but rye works good too. So I'll probably do oats in this field, and you take the oats and you mow them off, and in about, first week or 2 of June, you can mow them off. Kind of about, depending on what you want for feed. If you want them for seed oats, then you let them go till about August and you combine them. If you just want them for feed, that's it kind of depends there too. If you want the stems and the grass part of the stem to be good feed value, like this for example. This is a foxtail, but pretend it's an oat. If you want your livestock to be able to eat that stem and not just be all dried out, then you need to cut them a little green. Basically, when the seed head, granted this is foxtail, but when your seed head, you grab hold of that oat and you squish it, you get a bunch of milk coming out on your fingers. You need to get out there and cut them. You'll have really good feed value oats. The cows or livestock, whatever. For me, I feed them with my cows. The cows will eat that whole stem. The oat will go ahead and finish out seeding, and they'll eat the heck out of the oats. They'll actually nose around through the bale and pick out the oats, and they'll eat the stems, and they do really good on oats. On the other hand, you could use them for bale them a little bit later than that, and you could have some decent oats, but it's not going to be quite as good. It might be better for bedding. But man, that's a big building. Anyway, look at that. That's just anyway, so that is what it is. We're just getting ready. Got the combine out yesterday. Brought it out here. It's going to be getting serviced here pretty quick. If I remember right, I think the header height control wasn't working last year and had to run the head up and down all manually. It wasn't working properly. So we're going to try to get that fixed. Also got the oh, I guess I haven't told you yet. Anyway, I got the planter tractor ready to go. Got it hooked on to the grain cart. I'm going to show you guys this little guy here real quick. It's pretty cool. It's a Kinsey 450C conveyor is what the C stands for. And yeah, I kind of like that. It's meant for picking seed beans, essentially. You don't have the auger in there as it's spinning, you know. The auger spinning it up, it kind of cracks a lot of beans. And this conveyor doesn't do that so much because it's got big scoops and it scoops them up, runs them up the top, dumps them, so it's not pressing them, squeezing them, trying to push them up the pipe. So we're gonna try that out this year. Hope it turned out pretty nice. So anyway, we're gonna let you guys go. I'm going to get things going here tomorrow. We're gonna get that girl serviced and get the head hooked on and kind of go from there. The soybeans are not quite ready. There's a lot of leaves on them yet, so they're probably about 3 weeks out for being ready. So we've got time to take, you know, do a good job service and look everything over real close. Maybe do some minor things like get the lights working on this because I kind of like lights. Anyway, that's enough for this video, guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell so you get notified next time I put up a new video. Until then, catch you later.